Walk through any office parking lot in America with me for a second. Just look around. Find the biggest, most expensive truck in the lot. You know the one. The lifted suspension, the chrome package, the LED light bar that's never actually lit up anything except road rage. Now ask yourself, who owns that truck? The CEO? The senior vice president? The person making the most money in that building? Almost never. Almost without exception, that truck belongs to someone in the bottom third of earners. The person making $55,000 a year, driving a $75,000 truck to a job that pays them less than the truck costs. Meanwhile, the person making $200,000, they're parked 3 rows over in a 4-year-old SUV they bought used. And they don't think about it. They don't care. They're too busy watching their brokerage account grow. This pattern is so predictable that once you see it, you can't unsee it. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why. The psychology, the math, the industry mechanics, and the financial damage this one decision does to people who can least afford it. And this is Build a Millionaire.
Let's start with the math, because most truck owners have never actually run the full numbers. They know the monthly payment. That's it. Here's reality. The average new full-size pickup in America now costs over $58,000. The popular trims, leather, tech package, tow package you'll use twice a year, routinely run $65,000 to $80,000. A loaded diesel can clear $90,000. Let's take $65,000 as our example. You put $5,000 down, generous because many put $0 down. That leaves a $60,000 loan. At 6.5% to 8% interest over 72 months, that's $1,030 to $1,070 a month, just for the payment. But that's just the entrance fee. Let's add insurance, $300 a month, $3,600 a year. Fuel, 15 mpg, 15,000 miles, $3.50 a gallon, $3,500 a year. Maintenance, tires, brakes, oil changes, about $1,800 a year. Registration and miscellaneous, $500 a year. Total annual cost, around $22,000. That's $1,833 per month. Someone earning $60,000 takes home about $3,800 a month after taxes. Their truck costs $1,833 of that. They have $1,967 left for rent, food, utilities, savings, everything else. That's not wealth building. That's survival.
Now, let me show you what that $22,000 a year does if you invest it instead. After 10 years, at 8% returns, $340,000. After 20 years, $1,080,000. After 30 years, $2.75 million. That truck didn't cost $65,000. It cost $2.75 million in lifetime wealth. The receipt said $65,000. The opportunity cost said $2.75 million. And the dealer never prints that on the window sticker. Someone's already typing in the comments, but I need a truck for work. Fine. If you're a contractor, rancher, landscaper, someone who actually uses a truck as a tool, this video isn't about you. A work truck is a business expense. It generates revenue. You don't need the chrome package or premium leather. But studies show 70-75% of full-size truck owners never tow anything, never haul anything that wouldn't fit in an SUV, never take it off-road. The bed is empty 95% of the time. That truck isn't a tool, it's a costume. And that costume is extraordinarily expensive.
Why do people buy them? Because truck advertising doesn't sell transportation. It sells identity. Tough, successful, independent, not like that boring guy in the sedan. When you're not buying transportation, price sensitivity disappears. Nobody comparison shops their identity. And dealers know this. That's why they don't ask, what can you afford? They ask, what monthly payment are you comfortable with? You say, $900. They stretch the loan to 84 months. They bury negative equity from your last trade-in. They make $900 appear on the paper, even if the total cost hits $95,000. You walk out feeling great. You don't feel the $95,000. You feel the $900. And $900 feels doable. Until it doesn't.
20 years ago, car loans were 36-48 months. Now, 72-84 months is standard. Some lenders offer 96 months, 8 years of payments on a depreciating asset. Here's what happens. That $65,000 truck drops 20% in year 1, worth $52,000. Year 3, worth around $38,000. But on an 84-month loan at 7%, you still owe around $44,000. You're $6,000 underwater. You can't sell it without writing a check. You can't trade it in without rolling that $6,000 into your next loan. That's the negative equity cycle. And it's how the auto industry creates customers for life, not through loyalty, but through financial entrapment.
In many American communities, rural, suburban, working class, your truck is your identity card. It signals your tribe. When your coworkers drive trucks, your neighbor drives a truck, your dad drove a truck, showing up in a Honda Civic doesn't feel like a different vehicle. It feels like a different identity. And identity shifts are expensive. They invite questions. They require explanations that feel like confessions. I couldn't afford the truck anymore. That's a sentence most people will never say out loud. So they keep the truck, absorb the $1,800 a month, because the social cost of downgrading feels worse than the financial cost of staying. That's the real trap. Not the loan, not the interest rate. The social ecosystem that makes the financially rational choice feel like personal failure. Here's the contrast that makes this undeniable. Research from the Millionaire next door found that the most common vehicle driven by American millionaires is a Toyota. Not a luxury brand, not a truck, a Toyota. Median vehicle price for millionaires? Around $35,000, well below the average new truck price. The people who actually have wealth don't drive vehicles that signal wealth. They drive vehicles that preserve wealth. The person in the $75,000 truck is broadcasting wealth they don't have. The millionaire in the $28,000 sedan is building wealth nobody can see. One is performing, the other is compounding. Let's close with the math that matters. Two people, both earn $70,000 per year. Person A buys the $65,000 truck, pays $1,833 per month. Person B buys a 3-year-old sedan for $22,000, pays $700 per month. Difference? $1,133 per month. Person B invests that every month at 8%. After 10 years, $208,000. After 20 years, $670,000. After 30 years, $1.7 million. Same salary, same career, same city. One has a series of depreciated trucks. The other has $1.7 million. The only difference? What they drove to work. So here's the truth. The biggest truck in the parking lot doesn't tell you who's successful. It tells you who's performing success. And the quiet vehicle? That's where the real money is hiding. The loudest vehicle compensates for the quietest bank account. And the quietest vehicle sits on top of the loudest portfolio. You don't have to drive a truck to be tough. You don't have to drive a truck to be successful. You just have to run the math and be honest with yourself. If you want to build a millionaire, start with the decision you make in the parking lot. Subscribe to Build a Millionaire for more breakdowns like this. I'll see you in the next one.